All right. So I will admit that I have been humbled. Last time I was out here, I had bees get in my suit, and the bees were mad. I thought maybe that there was like the kind of early summer dearth going on. It was terrible weather. It had been terrible weather for quite a while. And when I dug into the hives, initially they were okay. And then they just started getting really, really mad. And I was fine. I've dealt with that before plenty of times. I've had plenty of people comment on the fact that I don't use a lot of smoke and that would probably help. Well, I didn't have smoke that time either. And some bees got into my suit. One in particular got into the veil and I got stung on the face. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that video here. But that was the last time I was out here, which I think was June 13th. And so I've been humbled. I'm gonna light the smoker right now. I haven't even been down to the hives. I'm gonna light the smoker, have the smoker with me, try and be as consistent with that as I can. It's a nice day. I think, you know, I think they probably have a lot of resources, so I don't know that they're gonna be mad today, but I learned my lesson. I don't exactly know how that bee got into the veil. I think it got in around my waist because I've lost a bunch of weight, and so I think the waistband is kind of loose around my waist, and so I think that they got up. The one that got into my veil actually went up that way. I did have a couple stings right on my waistline too, so that's what made me think that. In the video you'll see that I freaked out because it scared me, it hurt. Like I said, I've been humbled, but I initially thought that I didn't zip up my veil because I started recording while I was putting on my jacket, and so I thought, Jesus, I must not have zipped up my veil. I had this veil all zipped up, so I don't know of any holes in my jacket, nothing like that. So it was painful. I got stung right here. That whole side of my face blew up, but like I said, there's a link to the video above. And I couldn't get the bees away from me. And so I had another one in my veil, and that one climbed in my ear. And, you know, I had a moment of panic there, thinking I was going to get stung inside the ear. That one turned around and climbed out, thank God. So I only got stung the once on the face. I got stung a couple times on the midline here on the stomach, but that was it. But so here we go. I'm gonna light my smoker now. And like I said, I haven't even been down. So it's been 2 weeks or so. I haven't even been down to the hives yet. Very busy yard, so that's awesome. I'm just looking at supers. So this was a combined. Be interested to see what happened with this one. There is nothing really going on in the super here. So I should be out here just checking supers, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this hive. So honey, drone bird, lots of brood. Lots of brood, they're doing good in that aspect. Just gonna leave them alone now. gonna leave them alone. They're just really they're not doing a whole lot. They're raising a bunch of brood. I combined 2 hives. I did end up taking a bunch of their honey away, and I wasn't really thinking. I just took one of the boxes away, giving them space for brood rearing, and I think maybe that's part of why they were so mad last time, was they were out of they were really low on resources. I even grabbed a frame of honey from a deep over here just to give them something, because I thought maybe they were kind of in between as far as flowering and a flow of any kind. So yeah, they're raising brood, but they're not, there's nothing really going on up here. So we'll move on to the next. Not a lot going on in this super here. Little bit of honey. Check out the middle here. Got drone brood at the top here. Emerging, you can see one emerging. I think either those are emerging or I maybe smushed some of those on the end, but there's definitely one emerging right there. Should not have any more brood up top here. So again, this super isn't that, not a lot going on. Although it's fairly heavy, this one is pretty, I mean, looks like it's a lot capped. Just the top portion is capped. Looks like on most of this, so. Again, just the top part capped. That's about what it was, I think, 2 weeks ago too, so now we can leave these guys alone. We've got room up top here to keep working, so we've got enough space. I will leave them alone. Really nice. Get you a little bit closer here. Really nice. Half capped, but very full. Yeah, here. So you can see in there, not really that busy. There is a frame, a foundation in there. Like not packed full of bees by any means. It is a jungle around here. Oh, it's super heavy though. Really nice. Yeah, just marginally. Here too, just, you know, marginal population up top there. Not that much. Not a lot going on. So they're good for now. We'll just leave them be. Check on these guys here. There we go. Oh, tons of brood. Tons and tons of brood, so we're doing great. Doing great there. I believe I was a little concerned whether there was a queen in this one or not, but tons of brood. Building up, and the population's gonna explode here very soon. This is all brood. This is all brood here. I know I grabbed that frame from more the middle, but I'll show you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I treated this as a this is a honey super type box. There's a lot of space in between them because I only have 9 frames in here, and so there's a lot of I can see that there's a lot of space, so I wasn't concerned that I was gonna squish the queen just now. But just go slow. I'll pull this one up, get a good look. Oh, there's a bunch of pollen. I think the lighting might be really nice for this. And now a bunch of pollen. This is all, not all brood, but there's a bunch of brood here too, it appears. All brood. Another play cup. Doesn't have anything in it. There is a play cup at the bottom there, but doesn't have anything in it. Really nice. So for this to be yeah, they had to raise their own queen this year. This was one of the really bad hives for me. This was one of the really aggressive hives, and I am using smoke, so that may be part of it, but can tell that they're a lot better off now. This situation's much better. Let's see how many frames of brood are in here. A lot. Yeah, really nice. That's all brood on both sides there as well. Keep an eye out for the queen. More play cups, but nothing's got anything. Neither one of them have any eggs or royal jelly in them, so we're good. So that's great. So they're not making a lot of honey right now, which is okay. They're just building up, but their population's gonna go way up here very soon. So so that's awesome. There we go. Scooter on. All right. Well, I'm just happy that they raised the queen and that they're so much more calm than they were before. So that is a win for me. Over to this next hive here. I'm just trying to make sure these guys had a queen as well. Oh, a bunch of eggs in here. Great. Man, I wish there was some way to show, like I can't ever get that to show up on camera. Hard for me to get eggs to show up on camera, but that's all full of eggs, which is very, very cool. Hopefully that got it, but that's all eggs, which is awesome. Not dealing with a large population right now, but that's all eggs. Once again, I'm just gonna leave them alone. After I saw that, I'm happy. Let them do their thing. You know, they're not gonna have a honey crop. They're not going to have a honey crop for me this spring. They may build up enough to have something for the fall, but I guess I don't know. I'll take this inner cover away. I don't think they need it. Then I just gotta find a stick to give them space so that they can get out. I like to give them an upper entrance. That's enough. All right, now I haven't really been in this hive in a while, this end hive. All right, I haven't been in this end hive in a while. So I got stung in the face last time, so I kind of stopped. I tried to keep going and my heart wasn't in it. Last time I really just wanted to be done, to be honest with you. So just tons and tons of ants. That's all honey. Good. Eggs in here too. Eggs in here too. See that? I don't know. Again. So that's awesome. Really, that's all I wanted to see, is that they've got a queen and they're building up. And that's all brood. Drone brood on the bottom there, but a lot of it got destroyed just now. Yeah. Brood. Eggs in the middle there. That horseshoe shape is all eggs. Hard for me to see the eggs on this side if there are any, but really good. Again, I'm just going to leave them alone. They've got space here. Just let their population build up. That is it. We are done for the day. Pretty simple. Okay, so I'm not sure that that was a fair comparison because it's a beautiful sunny day. The bees are out doing their thing versus last time I was here, it had been storming and raining off and on for days. It stormed that morning. It wasn't a good situation. The bees were all agitated, I'm sure, from all that. But used smoke today and had zero problems, zero, flare-ups, groups of bees getting pissed, even just for a minute. That happens to me pretty regularly. When I don't use smoke, usually the hives calm down really quick after that, but the bees are right there. This is where I always park, so the hives are right there. Normally I would not be able to do this after inspecting the hives because I would have bees covering my jacket right now. Oftentimes I would stand out here for a little while and get as many of them away from me as possible, and then I would truly climb into my truck with my jacket on, drive a little ways away, open the windows, let the bees out, turn on the air conditioning, try and annoy them. That being in the these aren't bees, these are just bugs. Turn on the air conditioning to just try and annoy them with the blowing air and whatever, and then they leave. So I normally would not be able to do this. So is it the smoke? I don't know, but I know that I learned my lesson last time. That was pretty painful and pretty scary for me. honestly. I got stung right under the eye. I could have easily got stung in the eye. I'm sure that the eyelashes and stuff are something that the bee didn't want to be around, so maybe that saved my eye. But I had one crawl in my ear too, and they were mad when they did this. They were not happy with me. They didn't just happen to get in, and they were mad at me specifically. So yeah, so humbling experience last time, painful lesson to learn, but I will be a lot more I will rely a lot more on smoke, and that will be something that I bring. Oftentimes I didn't even bring the smoker with me. I just would forget. I'd be in a hurry to get down here and I would forget. And so even if they were mad, I didn't have any way to deal with it. So yeah, I'm not sure why I went away from smoke. I started with smoke. Probably because I started with smoke when I was a new beekeeper and I was scared of the bees. Like, I was just scared. Like, I knew I was going to get stung. I was scared of getting stung. I hadn't handled the bees. I hadn't been in that situation before, and so I used the smoker, and then I got comfortable, and then I got too comfortable. Really, I got comfortable with them being all around me and hitting my veil and stuff. I got comfortable with that. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me till they got in. So anyway, good day today. They're rebuild. A lot of them are rebuilding. I squished queens this year. The hives that I thought were aggressive, not just aggressive on bad days, but aggressive all the time. I squished those queens and they requeened, and those. I went through every hive that I have today, and you saw they were pretty mellow and pretty calm. So I think that was a good thing. But because I did that, then they didn't have the population. They're not making a lot of honey right now. 2 of my hives are fairly strong. They've got a decent amount of honey, but nothing that I'm going to pull. So I won't have a spring crop this year, which is just fine. Just fine. That's it, June 26th, I guess.